Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10 and another filming update because we got some more information about filming for The Walking Dead Season 10. I like waiting a couple weeks, and then I like making these filming update videos to talk about everything we learned over the last few weeks. San Diego Comic-Con is actually next month, less than a month away, and as we all know, this season, The Walking Dead always debuts their trailer there, and they start releasing stuff little by little. Like, I remember last season, they released the first poster. I think it was the last week of June or the first week of July. It was pretty early. It was a few weeks before San Diego Comic-Con. So we should start getting some more information, and if we do, I'll definitely be making videos about it. So hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, let's get started talking about filming. So currently, I believe they are filming episode 4 or 5. I don't know exactly which one, but it's around this time where they are around that episode, because the trailers that come out in Comic-Con, they usually have the first 6 episodes, and I know they go back and they start filming episode 7, so it's just like partially episode 6 in the trailer and the rest of them, so they should be around episode 4 or 5. We'll see. But filming took place in Jekyll Island for this episode, which means Oceanside. They're going back to that Oceanside area, which we haven't seen in a while, and we haven't seen Oceanside that much either, which was a little bit odd. I know during the fair they finally came back around. The main Oceanside girl, Sydney, who's like the leader now, she wasn't there at all. Rachel was there. Another actor played Rachel because obviously did a 6-year time jump. But Sydney, we have no word if Sydney's gonna be back, but it was a little bit weird how we haven't seen Oceanside in a while. And at the fair, they all signed a treaty. Like Rachel signed a treaty for Oceanside, so they're all on the same page now. And I was thinking, and I know a lot of people were thinking this, that something happened between Oceanside and the other communities during the 6-year time jump. But I guess nothing really happened. I mean, maybe something did happen, and we're gonna find out. But just because they all signed that treaty, nothing most likely happened. I think they're all gonna be good. If I had to guess, they most likely went to Jekyll Island and to Oceanside because they needed help. There's also another thing that I'm going to talk about later on, which has to do with the comics and Michonne, because as we all know, Michonne's leaving and this may be setting up her exit. We'll see about that. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but I do think they could be going there just to ask for help, because we know the Whisper War is going to be starting pretty early in season 10. Because I remember last month there were some images going around of Alpha and Beta at Alexandria, so they probably are going to be angry at them for crossing into their border, so they're going to start a war, and maybe after that battle at Alexandria they need some backup and some help, so they go to Oceanside. And as always, shout out and credits to the Spoiling Dead fans on Facebook, because they do a pretty good job of keeping everybody up to date on what's going on with filming. So I am going to be talking about some photo. I want to show some photos that somebody took there at the Spoiling Dead fans. I just want to give credit to where credit is deserved, but let's get into this. So this is what's going on in this episode. We have Jekyll Island filming update. Our heroes are still at the beach, dipping their toes in the ocean, sipping on pina coladas and kicking ass. We have some great pictures to share. Thank you, Kelly Schroeder and Tammy J. So the following characters have been confirmed to be at Jekyll Island. We have Daryl, Michonne, Ezekiel, Jerry, Aaron, Connie, Kelly, Magna, Luke, Alden, Sydney, Earl, Diane, Marco, Oscar, and Gage. So this right off the bat is really interesting, because we have all these characters they listed that were seen filming, which obviously means these characters are alive. The one that stands out at me is Ezekiel, because I'm not going to lie, I thought Ezekiel was going to die early on in season 10, just because I thought he would be someone to kick off the Whisper War, only because a couple months have passed since the Pikes, and it didn't look like any of them really wanted to go to war, really, because I mean, yes, you could say the snow is holding them back, and that might be it. But it does look like the Whisperers are going to be attacking them first, because of those images I was talking about before, where we had Alpha and Beta seen around Alexandria. So maybe somebody else dies that kicks off the Whisper War, but I thought it was going to be Ezekiel, but it does look like he's going to be safe, which is good. I'm actually happy about that, because I do like Ezekiel. I really like TV show Ezekiel, like a lot more than comic book Ezekiel. I think Kari Payne brings a lot to the character, and if he's going to be sticking around, I'm pretty excited for it. I was a little bit worried for him, but he looks like it's going to be good. Which is nice. I didn't see Carol's name there, which is a little bit weird, because Daryl, Michonne, and Ezekiel are all there. So I would assume Carol would join them, but I guess not. So maybe they just didn't see her, or what, but that is interesting how we didn't see Carol. But Carol probably just gonna be back at home and protecting the people there. Obviously Carol's gonna be okay because she's gonna be on the show till the end most likely. But yeah, she's probably just back at the hilltop or something. Or Alexandria, I mean. But anyways, moving on. They said yesterday they filmed at Driftwood Beach on Jekyll Island. They should be in the same spot today. Here's the scene summaries listed on the filming permits for the Driftwood Beach location. Now, this is where it gets a bit interesting. So we have a group comprised of 15 to 20 coastal community survivors are on the beach participating in martial arts training. A shipwreck is found washed ashore with about 15 to 20 passengers on board. As they disembark, a battle takes place between the island inhabitants and the passengers. If time allows, then there's another possible scene. 3 people accompanied by a dog walk along the beach and have a conversation. 2 young girls are casting nets in the surf along the beach. So here's a picture of the ship, which is what they were talking about, but I'm excited for this. This looks really interesting based on those scene summaries. It looks like there's gonna be a lot new characters. Like a ship. Like, where do these people come from? That's exciting. I mean, this doesn't look to be like maybe directly connected with the Whisperers, but maybe they're going to Oceanside to help, or to ask for help or something, and they come across this. This looks really fun. I'm excited to see what's actually going on here. And then they said there's going to be a battle between the people on the island and the passengers. So that's also interesting and kind of weird. Like a battle, like why are they just going to randomly fight each other if they don't know each other? And based on when they say like people on the island, I'm assuming it's going to be the Oceanside women, and then like Daryl, Michonne, and them are also going to be there. But I'm just kind of confused as to why the people on the why the passengers and the people on the island, why are they randomly just fighting each other? I mean, obviously we don't know the context around it, but I just feel like if the way they describe it, like a battle takes place. Maybe I'm just envisioning it differently. Maybe just like a little bit of an argument, but if it's gonna be like a full-on battle, that's gonna be really interesting. And then here's another shot of the ship, and based on the way it looks, like there's dust and sand on top of it, and it looks like this has been here for a while. So another idea I had is maybe this is a new part of the island that they haven't been to in a while, because obviously Oceanside lives, like they have their little gated community, but maybe they don't just walk around the island all the time, or this beach. So maybe they go to the beach and they run into these people. Maybe they're camping there or something. But just based on the ship, if this is the shipwreck, this obviously and clearly has been here for a while since it's underneath the sand. You could say that maybe it got destroyed on the way here, but that's what I kind of guess is what's gonna happen. They're gonna go to Oceanside, they're gonna go to the beach, and then they're gonna run into these people at the beach. But I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for this. And maybe this is the person that was at the other end of the radio at the end of season 9, because remember, when Angela King was asked about that radio and who was behind it, she said expect the unexpected. So I feel like, if they really want to get us, they're not going to put the Commonwealth, because we're already kind of expecting the Commonwealth, because that's what happens in the comics. I know a lot of people are also expecting someone connected to Rick Grimes, which I really hope for, but maybe it's going to be totally different. It's going to be somebody like at the end of season 9, there was somebody on the ship, and then they end up finding them in season 10. That could also be it, but regardless, it does look like we're going to get some new characters in season 10 from a completely new place, which is awesome. But where do you guys think this group is coming from? Like, do you think they're coming from just like another part of, the United States, or could they somehow be part of a different country or something? Imagine that, like we have people coming from a different country. That would be pretty cool too, because we don't really know much about the, zombie apocalypse in other countries, and that's something I'm interested in, because if they are expanding it into a whole universe rather than just like this one location, I want to know what's going on across the world. That's going to be really awesome to me. But you guys let me know, what do you think is going on here? Who do you think these people are? And, where do you think they came from? And earlier when I mentioned how this could play into Michonne's exit, I'm going to get into that now. I will give a comic book spoiler in case you don't want to know what... I'm going to be talking about this little, plot in the comics. Nothing too crazy or anything, but just in case you're not caught up with the comics or you just don't want to know, I totally understand it. Thank you for watching the video. I appreciate it. But for those who are sticking around and want to know what I was talking about, so in the comics, Michonne has this arc where she leaves after... It happens after All Out War, so it's a bit, further into the TV show now. And after All Out War in the comics, she decides to sail and just go and look for her kids, and just, she has some alone time, really. And that is something that they could play around with in season 10 with this ship, because who knows, maybe they could repair it, and this could be Michonne's exit. That would be really interesting, because it happens in the comics. She does come back around for the Commonwealth and stuff like that, but she's gone for a period of time, and they could do something similar in the TV show. And this ship, just this is very, this is a coincidence, I think, or maybe it's deliberate or what. But just because I saw this ship, I kind of had this idea that maybe they are also, planning that. We'll see. But I wouldn't really bet on that. I would say more of, it's a new group and they're gonna deal with them, and I still think Michonne's exit is still gonna be connected with Rick, and that's gonna be different. That's gonna be with the CRM and the helicopter people. But I wanted to mention that Michonne thing real quick, because it is a possibility. It's either that, or it could be just like a random group of people that came, to the island. Which, either or, I'm excited to see what is up with this group. Like, this seems very exciting, so I'm excited for it. And the fact that it's happening pretty early on The Walking Dead, it's something we may see actually next month in the trailer, so I'm excited for it. But you guys let me know in the comments down below, what do you think is up with these people? Do you think it's related to Michonne, or do you think it's its own separate thing? Let me know in the comments down below. I am gonna wrap it up there for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating, and for more Walking Dead videos just like this, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later.